Hello, this is Mr. Rasmussen with Algebra 1 and lesson 116. And in this lesson here, we look at how to simplify when we have a fraction inside of a square root, or if we have a square root inside the denominator. You might ask, well, what's wrong with that? Well, just according to kosher algebra rules, we don't leave things, we don't leave square roots in the denominator. It's not its simplest form. It's not I guess it's not the proper way decided upon. So then the question is, how do we get the square root out of the denominator, or how do we simplify these? Let's take a look at example 1 here, and our instructions are to write this in its simplified form. Well, we have a fraction here, and we can rewrite that as a square root of 5 over top of the square root of 3. It means the same exact thing. And then we're going to use the numerator-denominator rule. As long as we multiply the top and the bottom by the same thing, we haven't changed anything. So what is square root of 3 divided by the square root of 3? Well, that's 1. Anytime you multiply something by 1, it hasn't changed. So we can multiply top and bottom by the square root of 3. On the top, it gives us the square root of 15. On the bottom, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. And so it gives us a whole number there, and that one has been simplified. All right, let's look at example 2. It also says simplify, and means get the we can't reduce anything, but we can get the square root out of the denominator. So we're going to multiply top and bottom by the square root of 2. On the bottom, that gives us a 2. On the top now, remember parentheses, this gets multiplied by both of those terms. So it's 4 square root of 2 here plus square root of 6. All right, let's look at the next example here. Once again, we want to simplify. So we're going to multiply by the square root of 5, right? So that we can cancel that out. The square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is 5. So now it's a whole number. And but what do we do on the top there? Well, on the top here, multiply it by both of these terms. We get 2 to the square root of 5 in the first term. In the second term, we get 5 times 15, so plus square root of 75. Then that's a big number there, so we got to ask ourselves, can we reduce that? And we can. So if we split that into product of primes, looks like 75 divided by 5 gives us 15. So 5 times 3 is the same thing. We can pull the 2 5s out. So it looks like there if we rewrite our answer, we're going to get plus 2 to the square root of 5 plus 5 to the square root of 3 over top of 5 as our reduced answer. Okay, go ahead and try the 2 practice problems, and then you can check your work with my work. All right, looking at the first practice problem, this is the same thing as splitting it as such. All right, and then to get the square root out of the denominator, we're going to multiply top and bottom by square root of 23. So on the bottom, square root of 23 times the square root of 23 is 23. Looks like on the top there, 23 looks like a prime number, so we cannot reduce that one anymore. And then 6 can be 2 and 3, but nothing works out. So it looks like we just multiply those together. We have 6 times 23, and that gives us the square root of 138. And no, we cannot reduce that any further. So there's our answer for practice problem A. All right, practice problem B, we're going to multiply top and bottom by square root of 3. That gives us a 3 on the bottom. And on the top, 4 to the square root of 3 plus square root of 15. Can we reduce anything further? No, we cannot. This is our answer there. Okay, if you need any help with that, feel free to reach out to me. Have a great day.